Utah has stormed out of the gates early with 3 wins in their first 4 games. Now as the season heats up, the Utes are out to prove they are conference contenders. It's women's soccer, Utah, and Beijing Normal next. The Wasatch Front, the home of the University of Utah, and a final exhibition tune-up of the early season as the Utes get set to welcome in Beijing Normal of China. Hi everybody, welcome inside Ute Field for a special Tuesday edition of Pac-12 Women's Soccer. Christian Miles alongside former Arizona State Sun Devil Temris Lane. And Temris, last year it was about the experience for the Utes, but this year there's a youth movement going on in Salt Lake City.
Absolutely. We've got 19 underclassmen. That's 11 freshmen and 8 sophomores. Now, give them credit because they've started out with 3 shutouts, 3 clean sheets out of their 4 matches. So Utes are off to an incredible start so far this season.
Well, after all, this is an exhibition tune-up, so a chance to see some new faces in the back, but they've got a big reputation to live up to.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to see Coach Manning rotate some fresh faces and give some players a break because this is a friendly. It's a cross-cultural exchange, global football here today at Utah Field.
All right, well, Beijing Normal looking to make it back-to-back wins. Meanwhile, it's Utah on a good run themselves. They've got some firepower, Beijing Normal. We'll see how Utah copes. Starting lineups and the first half next. This Pac-12 women's soccer game is brought to you by State Farm, here to help life go right. Great scenes from this past spring trip for Utah as they made their way to Germany and got a chance to partake in some fun festivities, some team building, and some bonding. And not a bad way to start things off in the spring ahead of the big fall season, and also a chance to take in a German Bundesliga match and tour the stadium of the legendary Bayern Munich. But today, hope springs eternal here on an 85-degree afternoon in Salt Lake City at Ute Field, and an exchange of pleasantries between Beijing Normal, the 4th of their 4-game tour here in the western United States, as they get to know their adversaries, the Utes of Utah. Happy to have you along for a special midweek treat. Christian Miles alongside former ASU Sun Devil Temris Lane. And Temris, well, we had a chance to see Beijing Normal stumble out of the gates against the California schools, USC and UCLA, but Rich Manning is going to be a tough coach to go against for the Chinese, and a guy that's really started well so far.
Absolutely, and he's coached this team into much success, especially at the start of the season, with a solid start, some shutouts, and a lot of fresh faces, Christian.
Indeed. 3 wins in their first 4 games, coming off back-to-back victories away to Utah State in Logan, about 45 minutes from here on Sunday afternoon, and of course a 3-0 blanking on Friday night of the University of San Diego. Meanwhile, for Beijing Normal, that's a team that's had a bit of mixed bag results for Jean. Arizona State presented a victory for them, your old alma mater, on Saturday night, but that came after a 7-0 blanking by Amanda Cromwell and the UCLA Bruins 2 days after that 5-1 loss in LA against Kidani McAlpine's USC team. So a chance for Beijing to finish on a high as they get set to fly out tonight back to Beijing. Meanwhile, it's Utah getting set for a big run out as they look forward to another Pac-12 campaign.
And what an experience for the Pac-12 schools and Coach Rich Manning. This is an opportunity for him to rotate new players in, experience a different kind, a style of football that Beijing Normal has to offer, and really just have fun. This is what the game is all about. This game is about the global game, the global aspect of football, and here we are today, a beautiful day. It's hot. It's a hot one, isn't it, Christian?
Yes, indeed.
But they're ready.
And just past 11 o'clock local time, Mountain Daylight time here in Salt Lake City, and the temperature is already in the mid-80s. Expect to see some water breaks as this one goes forward, but we are underway, and it's Beijing Normal kicking off in the blue strip, kicking from left to right across your screen on a beautifully manicured pitch. That one pushed forward by Chunhua Yen, wearing the number 6, intended to in the back by Utah's number 17, Haley Kachiakarne, and we're going to see a change in that defensive partnership at center back today. In comes Haley Kachiakane and Hannah Hyde, the redshirt junior. And of course, Tavia Leachman and Natalie Wells starting on the bench. So some experimentation. We'll see how they fare. They'll want to impress in front of their coach.
Beijing moving the ball really well at this moment, looking for the gaps.
Yeah,
Utah defense.
Good movement, and they do have some good movement, but this is a Chinese team that's so technical, Temers. They have struggled a little bit in front of goal, but they can put together some good build-up and movement going forward.
One of the things I've noticed in watching the previous matches with Beijing Normal, I should say, they have really excellent technical ability and ball movement, and the aggressiveness in Pac-12 play just seems to be a little different than what they're used to.
5 freshmen starting today for Utah. 5 of the 11 on the roster.
Nice job, Ella.
This one brought down by Ella Ballstedt, one of the aforementioned Frosch, and it comes out of play, a throw now for Beijing Normal.
Next one now.
And all their goals coming by way of the number 8, Wei-Win Liu, who scored an absolute crackerjack, as they say, at USC.
Double down, Ella, double!
Also coming up trumps over the weekend at Arizona State.
Good movement here. They have good vision on the ball, forcing Utah to adjust.
Yen for the number 15, Wei Xing. Trying to feed it up to the striker up top. It's Xia Liu wearing the number 11. A team that's predicated on movement, and that will be a good test for this Utah defense.
Haley Kachia there in the center back position for the Utah Utes. Another freshman stepping into that role, and the other previous matches, there have been 2 freshmen in those center back roles.
It's a team that Rich Manning, when we talked to him yesterday, said, hey, you know what, are younger than anticipated. Some players had to call their careers quits after some injuries and such. But those 11 freshmen have really come up trumps, as well as those 8 sophomore. Not exactly the position they thought they would be in, but started so well, and a lot of optimism here in Salt Lake City as they lose possession now, and it's claimed to the center of the park. Push forward as they try to feed it up for Xia Liu, and she'll play that striker role alongside Liu, the number 8.
And she's the one to watch out for today, the goal scorer that we've seen in other matches so far in this exhibition tour that they've taken.
Like to rotate their team with numerous substitutions. Falls sweetly now for Ireland Dunn, one of those 5 freshmen in the starting 11. This is Ella Ballstedt from Midway, Utah. Good-looking ball in, and no scare in the back. And we've seen a tweak in goal, just to keep you aware of. Wearing the number 22 is actually a defender in Ziyu Zhang, and she will wear the gloves today for Beijing Normal, as their usual goalkeeper, Zemin Si, is out with injury.
Well, that's a brave move, especially if you're a field player having to step in goal for the first time. Perhaps she has some experience. I'm not sure, but it didn't seem that way. I know it would be intimidating as a player. Nice ball through here for Beijing Normal.
Yeah, and it's Liu, a little prematurely, just trying to catch that top corner. Perhaps a little overambitious, but you do see the ability to crack open the opposing defense.
Take a look at goalkeeper Carly Nelson's position here. When she gets the shot off, she almost leaves her near post open, so she's a little lucky that that one went over and not towards the near post.
Well, second start of the season for the freshman from Linden, Utah. Rich Manning telling me the number 1 goalkeeping position, the gloves, so to speak, has not been decided. It's Nelson competing with July Matthias.
And he said they're both number 1. I like that. It's like the half full versus half empty optimism of Coach Manning.
Exactly, the proverbial 2-headed monster. Pick your poison, if you will. You name the cliche.
That's a good problem to have. That's a really good problem to have.
And that's what you want, depth.
Yeah.
And really competition for spots makes each individual player at their specific position. Matthias started very well with a clean sheet over Weber State back on the 19th before that disappointing trip, their only loss of the season, away to number 17, Minnesota, a 3-0 defeat. But she did rebound well with a 3-0 blanking of San Diego before giving up the gloves to Nelson.
Tenacious step up there.
It's a real good start by the Chinese. Here's Yen. links up with Liu. And nicely tended to by Haley Kachiakarne. And there you see the number 6, Po Vanderveen. She's going to play that number 6 role, which means she'll be just in front of that back 4.
And they call her Po.
Real name, Paula. And
you could see just in that touch there, she had incredible vision and ability. She knew what was behind her. She took a quick turn. She was able to play through that midfield role. It'll be a fun game to watch her with her incredible elite experience, having played in the Champions League.
Yeah, coming over from the Netherlands, where she's an under-19 international. But here's her teammate, Max Flom, the sophomore from Littleton, Colorado, playing it through now. And a nice ball for Ireland Dunn, trying to catch that far post.
Wow, that was an excellent build-up there. Good movement off the ball from Ireland. She was able to put that on her left foot just a little far off frame. Take a look at this through ball here as she plays it perfectly timed for Ireland to run on with her left foot. She's able to take a one touch and it just barely misses that right post.
Wonderfully weighted ball for Max Flom, the sophomore, linking up to good effect with the other underclassmen. Ireland Dunn getting a chance to lead the line. Their top goal scorer, Haley Skolmoski, starting on the bench. The sophomore is the top scorer in Pac-12 with 4 already.
Solid start for Skolmoski, especially considering she's been playing defense. And this has been a key transition and a key move for Coach Manning so far this season. Moving her into that attacking role, giving her the opportunity to be a player that she truly is. And it turns out she's a goal scorer that they've been looking for.
Yes, indeed. A situation where Rich Manning is trying to figure out with so many young new players, remember 11 new faces, which is exactly their best individual position. And he's finding that out now. Skolmoski recruited as a center back, but a chance to play her up front these past 2 games, and she's responded in kind, and she's a real natural number 9. We may see her a little bit later, but right now it's the first team, and having to deal with a very good start by Beijing Normal.
They've probably gained some confidence coming off that victory against Arizona State, my alma mater. And again, this is a team, an exhibition match for all the Pac-12 teams where they're able to take a rest for some of their regular starters, some of their fixtures, and try out new players, new positions. And this is what we're seeing here today. And you better believe that these players that are getting the opportunity to get some minutes are going to go out full force, proving that they deserve to be on the pitch.
Well, here's something precarious slightly for Utah, and a free kick presenting itself for Wei Win Liu, the 20-year-old. Standing over it now. We'll see what she can conjure up from this dead ball situation. They are meticulous, Beijing Normal, and very well rehearsed in these types of situations.
I'm trying to decide if this is going to be a shot or a cross.
About 25 yards out for the youngster. And it's Liu going for goal, and not a bad hit. Stinging the gloves of Carly Nelson.
That's a great strike. Nelson made it look easy on the save, but excellent position. The ball movement, it kind of dipped down here. Nelson was able to put her gloves on it.
Nothing too difficult, but well placed, lacking perhaps just a bit of power. Well, Vanderveen dispossessed, and it's going to be a handball. Free kick going the other way. Well, happy to have you along for a midweek edition of Pac-12 Women's Soccer. It's an exhibition clash between Utah and Beijing Normal. Temerce Lane and Christian Miles taking you through all the action today on a very hot day in Salt Lake City. Temperatures at kickoff around 85 degrees.
Good skill here. Number 21, Ireland Dunn, playing the ball.
Trying to return the favor this time. This is Max Flom, the sophomore. Good movement on that far side. First touch, letting down the number 5, Janie Curl, but they keep it in. Onto it is Natalie Vukic. Just trying to play that clever ball through that back 4 to no avail, and now a chance to counterattack for Wei Win Liu. And Beijing Normal playing it out wide for Jian Liu. Liu's first touch takes her out of play. That's something Utah really have to be careful of, leaving those holes at the back when they do venture forward.
Well, that's what Beijing Normal is looking for. They're looking for this through ball to their strikers. Now, if you look at the wider shot, there were 5 defenders for Utah Utes and only 2 attackers, so they had it well covered. But Beijing is looking for that through ball, that penetrating ball through the Utah defense.
Nelson sends it up. Brought down by Ballstedt. This is Van der Veen.
Excellent ball over. Good idea. Maybe a little heavy. Yep, it goes out of bounds.
Really excited to see Van der Veen. She can play as a number 8, which means she's that box-to-box in between the 2 penalty areas, and she'll play a little bit deeper, but she gave me a wry grin when I talked to her before. She said, you can expect to see me get forward on a few occasions.
I heard that. She's anxious to get into the attack, for sure.
Well, it's the Dutch. They're used to playing all kinds of position. Total football, as they call it in the Netherlands, and they've got a complete soccer player. 22-year-old sophomore brings a maturity and a pedigree a lot of these youngsters can learn from. Wide for Liu. It's come out near side for Beijing.
Good overlapping run here. Out of the back from Beijing Normal.
Here's Yen trying to work her way past De Geerda. And the physical strength holding up against the quickness of Yen. And out comes a very spry Carly Nelson.
Take a look at this through run here. She tries to cut her around the corner, and just the strength there alone is a good matchup, and Nelson is able to get her hands on it.
Vukic, center of the park, supported well by the freshman De Geerda.
To Ireland Dunn. Good turn here from Dunn.
Sweet feet from Ireland Dunn. This is Ali Millerbird, a sophomore right fullback, linking up to Goodevale with Ballstedt. They find their way through that Beijing midfield line.
So far, Beijing Normal haven't had a ton of pressure on their back four.
Dealt with it very well. A little stronger showing than we saw against the California schools, but here comes Utah. Itching to get things going. Good looking cross played in by Ballstedt, met by that Chinese defense and cleared to safety. So Utah starting to settle in well after a bright start initially by the visitors. Rich Manning, experimental lineup today as he makes 7 big changes from the team that beat Utah State on Sunday.
Got to see new players in their new positions, try people out, see how deep your roster is. This is a perfect opportunity to do that. That's what makes this game so unique and special, is that you have the ability and the flexibility to try new things.
Chen Wong is 26 years of age, and a lot of graduate students for Beijing Normal as well. So some experience out there, but it's the youth that shall be served right now. Max Flom arriving on this left-hand side, surveying her options.
It was an excellent transition, and what a strike!
And a wonderful hit by Paula Van der Veen.
Paula Van der Veen with an excellent left-footed blast to give Utah the 1-0 lead. And you said it, she had mentioned she was excited about getting into the attack, and there we have it. What an excellent effort here from number 11, Max Flom, and she plays her teammate at the top of the box, and she is there and she is ready. First time hit for a 1-0 scoreline.
So, Po Van der Veen from Leeuwarden, Netherlands, grabbing her first goal as a collegiate player in the United States, and it was so sweetly hit. Dutch delight for Utah as they find themselves up a goal early and negating what has been a very good start from Beijing Normal. Beijing, and perhaps prematurely testing the gloves of Carly Nelson. Can't say enough about Po Van der Veen. You mentioned the Champions League experience she has from the Netherlands.
Playing at that top division and bringing that kind of experience here just lends huge contribution to some of these younger players and even players that haven't had the opportunity to play internationally.
The sophomore actually with their first goal of the season here. Striking twice last year, Pac-12 all-freshman team. So make it her third in her illustrious budding career here in the United States as it comes out wide for Chunhua Yen. And now you're seeing this Utah team grow in stature, becoming more comfortable, settling those butterflies.
That goal will give them some confidence to keep the ball moving forward. Finding the connector up top.
Here's Dunn trying to win her individual foul and just drifts over the byline. Appealing for the corner kick, and the referee says, It's going to be a goal kick now for Xie Zhang. A Utah team that was picked to finish 9th in the preseason coaches poll. Don't talk about that around these parts. Their superstar says otherwise.
The rankings always end up being something different in the end, don't they? Excellent through ball. Again, great run. She held her line nicely there.
Is Ireland done, but unfortunately that run takes her away from goal in a very tough angle. Utah back to preseason poll, actually finishing 9th last season. The record of 7 wins, 10 defeats, and 3 draws. Interestingly enough, though, Temris, a team that wasn't renowned for scoring a lot of goals, really found the back of the net on 19 occasions in those 20 games, but my gosh, they're already over halfway there with 10 scored here in their first 4 games.
Definitely a different season than it was last year for the Utah Utes. A few changes, and now they seem to have the chemistry. Fresh faces that are stepping up into leadership roles already.
Here's Weishing, dispossessed. And her counterpart, number 15, Natalie Vukic, can't keep a hold of it now. Pushed through by Chen Wong, wearing the number 19 in blue. They are anything but patient. And Van de Veen read that one beautifully. Good interception from the goal scorer. Here comes Paula Van der Veen, beautifully weighted and setting Flom on her way, but out comes Zhang.
And credit to Zhang for stepping in that goalkeeping position. She seems awfully confident. Made a couple saves so far. Now watch Poe's pace on this ball. Just a little too much, but it's an excellent run. Max Flom had to hold her run there to make sure that she wasn't caught offsides.
Near side, Weishing trying to play it through. Nice ball for Zia Liu. She is in. It's Liu on a tough angle. Couldn't beat Carly Nelson.
Good run there from number 11, Liu.
If you're a purist, you really like to watch Beijing Normal play out of midfield.
Take a look as she's on top of this through ball. She takes a couple touches before she gets a shot off, and Nelson's there covering the near post.
Near side for Chunhua Yan, another one of those 26-year-old postgraduate students.
Great touch there from Liu. Playing it back into the midfield. She had pressure on her back.
Roughly about half of their enrollment in Beijing Normal is graduate students.
Offsides play here.
And then we'll see the flag come up. But you know, Beijing Normal, originally established as an educational school to train teachers way back in the early parts of the 20th century. And some notable alums, seeing the likes of former Treasury Secretary Timothy Geithner pass through the halls.
Credit to the graduate students. I just finished my master's from UCLA, and I can't imagine going through grad school while playing and being committed fully to a
well, my question now being,
university.
When the Bruins take on the Sun Devils, whose colors are you wearing? Which side are you on?
I tore my ACL at UCLA while playing for the Sun Devils, so I gotta stick with the Sun Devils.
Weemin Zhang doing well before she's upended in a free kick for the visitors.
Another free kick. We'll see. This one's a little further out than the first one that Liu struck. Liu. Take a look. Just a little late. Clips her ankle. They're going to get the call there.
See what they have in store. First substitutions of the afternoon for Beijing Normal. Number 16, Hut Wong, coming in for number 11, Xia Liu, and number 26, Wei Zhang. Getting a chance to replace number 19, Chen Wong. We'll see how they slot in. Number 26, Zhang, take her place in attack, but it's the free kick from Chu, sending it straight into the mixer. Great header down by Lin Li Tu.
Great redirection, but that was covered by Nelson. Excellent ball in, just a little off frame for Beijing Normal.
You can tell that has been well rehearsed on the training ground. Rehearsed and technical is the way you can describe them, and disciplined.
And they're really trying to get through the center of their attack. They're trying to break up that back four defense for the Utah Utes, playing and looking for that through ball, but they're also doing an excellent job of switching the start of play from side to side.
And coming out with that 4-4-2. A little bit of contrast to the Dutch-influenced 4-3-3. I asked Rich Manning, hey, is that because of Van der Veen? He's like, no, I just like Dutch soccer. So we decided to call him Rich Van der Manning.
I'm sure he loves it.
He does. Brought a smile to his face. Jing, good looking cross. Van der Veen is there. May drop on the second ball. It's mishit by Hub Wong. Still not out of danger. And good little spell here from Beijing Normal.
Pressing a little. Wong, one of the substitutes that stepped on the pitch. It's getting warm.
That's an understatement. Carly Nelson.
It's already warm. It's already hot. It's getting warmer.
I think it's past warm and now it's entering hot. But
you know, they just came from Phoenix, so I'm sure they're definitely getting more used to the heat.
Good touch from Ireland Dunn. Dropping back in a deep roll from her striker position on the hold-up. Supported by Janie Curl at right fullback and dropped off for Hannah Hyde. It's a chance to start. Of course, their usual duo in the back, Tavia Leachman and Natalie Wells on the bench. See her partnership form with Katya Carne.
Dangerous ball in the middle there from Poe, but good recovery.
Good to go, Janie.
Number 5 Curl.
Here's Ella Ballstedt. Nicely slotted through from Curl, and she will set Ballstedt back on her way. Nice two-man game developing there. This one kept in.
Was looking for the corner there, but that managed to stay in play as Beijing Normal recovers here.
Here's Paula Van der Veen, and Poe looking for some room, and she's brought down just on the edge of the penalty area and is going to appeal for a yellow card. It's a bruising challenge by the number 6, Chunhua Yen, as well as Wei Zhang.
Let's take a look here. She's on the dribble, and she just gets her from behind, a little bit of arm, some shoulder. Too much of it. Calls for a penalty, a free kick.
So Van der Veen, this may be her bread and butter.
This will be interesting to see how Zhang does on the goalkeeping here. She must have a little experience because she seems to know, you know, if you're a field player, you know how to set a wall anyway if you're a defender.
She's shown well here in the early stages.
Left-footed strike here.
And Van der Veen going for goal, and she was trying to pick out that top goalkeeper left-hand corner, but just misstruck it.
Yeah, that's a tough one to hit with your left foot from this angle.
So a substitution coming in here for Beijing Normal. It's going to be Si-Young Lee, the 24-year-old midfielder, getting a chance to replace Shan-Shan Chu. We'll see how she slots in. And Utah preparing for a whole host of changes, resembling a hockey substitution perhaps, but a chance such as the luxury here with the exhibition. Opportunity to make wholesale changes. It's played at the back by Yen.
Nice play there, excellent skill.
Look at the feet.
Good recovery.
Wei Win Liu showing some deft touches herself. And picks it up in midfield, head up now, trying to play it through. Nicely read by Hannah Hyde, redshirt junior, playing that center back role today, and trying to release Ireland Dunn.
Impressed by Beijing Normal's ability and technical ability, individually and collectively as a unit.
Here's Liu, score of both of Beijing Normal's goal on their 4-game trip so far.
Wow, that was
USA,
a great ball
set
across.
on Zhang on the slide. Nelson comes out, open net, and steered to safety by Allie Millerberg.
Millerberg Excellent hustle to save that one. Not quite on the line, but it just didn't quite have enough pace to get there. Look at this switched through ball, perfectly in running, in running distance for the striker, but she just wasn't able to get enough on it. She was able to slide to get there before Nelson, just not quite enough.
Pick the lock. As Curl sends it up. Done in a 1v3. Not a bad first touch either from the freshman, and that will summon the keeper to the edge of her penalty area. Starting to become stretched here. End-to-end stuff at Ute Field. Flom perhaps getting away with a handball there, the sophomore, but she's dispossessed by Yen. Play it down the line to no avail. So here comes subs. Try and keep track of them for you. Guerrero, the freshman defender, coming in, as well as Maddie Clarkson, the number 23. Number 10, Addie Jensen, will come up to replace Ella Ballstedt. The attack, Martin Dunn continue to lead the line.
Hold on, Elle.
Of course, Eden Jacobson wearing the number 24 in white, taking her spot in midfield. Nice first touch there from Water, who gets acquainted with things and trying to set Dunn on her way.
Too much there. Zhang off her line to collect that one.
It is a high line at times that Beijing can play, and that can leave them vulnerable to a more direct approach going over the top.
Liu does well to come back into the midfield to contribute to the possession of her side. You notice Beijing Normal is really looking for those through runs, stretching that back for Utah defense, creating those gaps in between the center back and the right back for that penetrating pass, and that's where they've been the most dangerous. Look at this through ball.
Flag is down as it's played on by the substitute. And how about Haley Kachiakarne? Robust defending from the redshirt junior. Curl now trying to set it forward. The break is on. Just couldn't quite find the link. That's where Utah have really looked their most dangerous. Here is Curl, the junior defender from Salt Lake. Jensen, the transfer from Columbia, trying to squeeze it through. Good support provided by Allie Millerberg, who had that goal line clearance moments ago to prevent the Beijing equalizer.
It was a good effort there from Beijing Normal, but just not quite enough pace on that slide tackling effort for a shot on goal. It was a great run and excellent through ball. I liked the vision. It was a switch of play even. It was a little deceptive because it looked as though the ball was going to be coming through the other side of the pitch, forcing the Utah defense to have to run backwards at a difficult angle, but good recovery from Utah defense. Millerberg with the save off the line.
So it's Shiwei Han. She'll come into the defense, and this will see a little bit of a rotational switch amongst the back four for Beijing Normal. So off comes number 18, Wanwei Zhao, who is actually playing at left back, and that means that Han is just going to slot into that right back role that was played by Chunhua Yen, and everyone will essentially slide on over.
Come on, let's step it up.
John Long continuing to pull the strings, the man in charge of Beijing Normal, playing back-to-back shutout victories here in the US of A. Couldn't quite get it with that early strike from Utah. Now it's become about results and just fine-tuning things as they get set for their Chinese season.
A reset here from Utah Utes playing this one back. Pressure is being put on Nelson. She plays it long.
This is Curl now for the substitute, Eden Jacobson, sophomore, also from Salt Lake. A lot of homegrown players here for the University of Utah.
Here we go.
Throw down for the women in white.
Hearing from the bench say, come on Utah, let's pick up the energy. So we'll see if they can get some more balls into the attack.
Vanderveen, she was pulling the strings there. a chance to rest out.
Jacobson runs on this one, puts pressure on that back line. Good clearance there, good recovery. Excellent first touch from Beijing.
That's number 17, Weeman Zhang, but they can't get out of their own half. Beijing Normal did struggle with some of the heat against the California schools, against USC and UCLA, conceding 12 in 2 games.
Flom double teamed here. Takes it out to the left.
Good industry from the sophomore. Dealt with, well, there's a certain maturity and calmness in the back, but perhaps a little too complacent as it drops for Jacobson.
There's definitely a confidence in their technical ability that they have in their defensive third that is impressive, but it can also cause problems if there isn't enough urgency. And at moments where the pressure is on, you're in your defensive third, you'd like to see those balls get cleared out or played out to someone's feet with a little more pace.
Now, coming up this Thursday, football returns to the Pac-12 network as Utah hosts in-state rivals Southern Utah. All the action begins at 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 Mountain Time with the pregame show. Football is back on Pac-12 network, or you can watch on Pac-12 Now or pac-12.com. That went off the corner. Jacobson feeling for the handball, and that's exactly what Beijing Normal is going to get.
Took a funny bounce up, and controlled the ball, and Beijing Normal gets the call.
Substitute for Utah getting set to come in. It's going to be the number 14, Taylor Slattery, the senior forward from Gilroy, California, replacing, I thought it was going to be Janie Curl. Referee ordering this goal kick to be taken.
No, it's a handball. A free kick.
Oh, absolutely.
That's why we're not getting this up.
So she'll just have to wait.
I look forward to watching her, though. She's a fun player to watch. Incredible assister. She's got some assists so far already this season. Technical player. She's one that is looking for her players up top, and she's a connector. I don't know if that was an intentional dummy, but almost made sense for her forward to run onto. Good control here by Beijing Normals.
Yep, it's Wei Zhang, and here she comes leading the charge, just trying to push it through for Wei Win Liu. That one, in the end, a little too heavy.
They're really looking for those through balls. So catching Utah defense on their back heels. Utah's doing well so far to make sure they're preventing any shots on goal.
They have found their way through on several occasions.
They have.
Beijing Normal pops out on the near side for Aaliyah Gorder, the substitute. Gonna play it for Flom, rather. Here comes Jacobson. She goes for goal, and what an effort from Eden Jacobson. Not lacking in confidence is the young sophomore.
She stepped on the pitch hungry. Let's take a look. She muscles her way through this one. She beats the player to the ball and is able to just get a shot off, but not quite enough pace to beat Zhang in the back there.
Keep working on
Die.
Big long ball here, looking for Liu.
Robust once again from Katia Carney, who's been a rock at the back, but it drops now for He Wang, playing it through for Zhang, but a trio of white shirts converging on the Beijing Normal striker.
Now, if I'm Coach Manning, I'm taking a look at players getting behind my back four. It's happened a few times. They're looking for those runs, and it's Zhang that's managed to do it a few times. Keep your eye on number 26. She's looking for those through balls behind the defenders. Here she goes again.
Lin Li Tu just trying to play it up top for the number 26, Wei Zhang. Talk about experience, another one of those 26-year-olds. In fact, 6 on the roster for Beijing Normal. Their experience has really shown in the first 34 minutes despite not having any goals. And up and over the top now, and a great chance. That one headed in, and muscular stuff from Janie Curl. Talk about going a direct route. They nearly had their second.
Good effort from Curl as she gets called and expelled by Coach Manning. Slattery coming in for her, but take a look at this as she just sees this one all the way, well, not all the way through, but almost all the way through for a shot on goal.
Not too shabby for a defender, using her strength. Nearly had the Ute second. It really would have changed the complexion of things.
You have to appreciate that tenacity to just muscle through and do everything you can to get your head for a shot on goal.
Beijing.
Look, here's
And that one
Zhang
pushed through.
again.
It's Zhang on that angle, and that one a little tough there for Nelson, but she was put through. The flag was down, and they are finding their chances.
Now take a look again. Zhang is looking for these runs behind the defense, and she's managing. She's managing. It's difficult if you're in a back four, especially a back four that isn't man marking like this one, to switch players like that. You have to be on top of your communication, and when she's quick, like number 26 Zhang is, you have to be aware constantly. She's looking for that through ball, and she's going to continue to look for those runs.
Here's Liu. Lovely first touch. Silky smooth stuff from the 20-year-old. That one pushed in, nicely handled, or dealt with rather, by Hannah Hyde to find Edith Jacobson, and the counter is on. Ireland Dunn looking for some support, and it bounces fortuitously. And here comes Max Flom. However, it was Xin Dai there defensively for Beijing Normal. Here's the captain, Wei Xing, the right-hand side of midfield. Here's Slattery, little gap, dispossessed from behind by Weeman Zhang. Zhang's done well. Calm, cool distribution out of midfield to locate Wei Liu.
A little too ambitious there. Had a bit more time on the ball for Liu. Again, looking for that through ball, that through run from number 26, who's active up there. Extremely active up top, making it challenging for the Utah defense. Jacobson has done well since she subbed in. Added something, a little spice to that midfield, defensively and offensively.
Still with that 4-3-3, Flom along with Dunn up there. Adding the width on the right is Millerberg, who's come forward from a more defensive role. This one cleared out by Katja Carne, but asking too much of Werder, the freshman. And Paul Washington. Another substitution. We'll see the reintroduction of Chen Wong replacing Wei Liu. And this is a big change to the Beijing Normal attack, as their big gun will get a rest as the temperatures climb into the 90s. Nice stuff from Katja Carne. And a nice turn equally. Ireland Dunn, she's come close on several occasions. It is Ireland Dunn! Beautiful stuff! That is how it's done! Utah 2, Beijing Normal 0.
What an excellent turn there, an effort from Ireland Dunn. You could see she had her eyes on the prize, and she made it happen for the Utah Utes as she beats the Beijing Normal defense. Take a look at this. As soon as she beats this player with a little shoulder feint, she sets herself up nicely onto her right foot for a perfectly timed shot. Look at this, just over the top of the Beijing Normal goalkeeper. 2-0 Utah is leading this one.
So Ireland Dunn getting that goal 24 minutes after the strike from Van der Veen. Very comfortable right now for the Utes, at least in terms of results.
I imagine it's been a long and eventful tour. It has been an eventful tour for the Beijing Normal team, having to play in heat, as you mentioned before, and today's just getting hotter.
Jacobson now, Dunn is in. Just a slip right there, but recovers well. Dunn, persistence personified before it's steered to safety. Xia Liu dropping off on the right-hand side, and it's gonna go back to Utah. Throw now for Werder. Ireland Dunn really turning it on, found herself in an advantageous position yet again, trying to squeeze off the cross before it's cleared away by Lin Li Tu. Now just a reminder, coming up at the break, we're going to set it up to our San Francisco studios where Kate Scott will have a recap of a wild weekend in Pac-12 soccer, plus a preview of open weekend in football. Fall sports season is upon us, and Kate Scott will get us all up to date coming up at the break. First things first, however.
It's a corner.
And corner here for the Utes. Flom to take it.
Not enough on it. Left-footed strike, collected easily there by number 24, Zhang.
How about the movement of Millerberg? Saw her start on the right-hand side, a little bit more withdrawn, now coming over to the left. Slattery trying to wriggle her way through, and it's broken for Zhang, and now a chance to counter for Beijing Normal, setting Xia Liu on her way, and she slipped behind Haley Gacciacardi. It's Liu with a sea of white in front of her, waiting for some support.
Taking a look up, but didn't quite have a good angle there. Nelson had it covered.
Chu
Excellent
now.
recovery here from Beijing Normal as they build out of the back.
Here comes Wang.
Wow. They've done extremely well to just recover in the transition. They play a short, short, long. They find each other's feet, and they look for their target players who then have the skill and ability to hold up the ball for the rest of the team to catch up. I've been impressed with Beijing's ability to just move the ball together as a unit up the field. And you're seeing a little bit of that short, short, long play. They'll play the short ball, and then they'll look directly more towards their strikers.
If they can't play through you, they will play over you. Variation so important on your approach when you're on the attack to keep the opposition guessing on their heels.
And their precision is excellent, finding each other's feet.
Scary moments in the back for Utah, but still hanging on to that shutout so
what a
far.
turn here. What incredible skill and strength.
Here comes the sweet feet of Ireland Dunn, trying to play it through for Jensen, who had to hold her run.
That was a similar turn to the one we saw right before she scored her goal. She likes that one, and it seems to be working for her.
You get a good look at the keeper, the makeshift keeper, Xia Xing Zhang.
3.5 minutes left in this half.
Pushing forward, and the flag will go up. The assistant referee there on that far side, Callie Smith, pulls up her flag.
Good run here, peeled this one out. Max Flom.
And here is Flom, has done, drops her shoulder on the left-hand side, and it will come out for a corner kick in the Utes.
Those are the kind of runs that you train. Play the ball back, peel out wide, take a defender with you, and create space for you to run onto the ball. And it worked here in the corner.
We'll see Slattery just lining up, number 14, just behind the keeper. Taking it is going to be Addie Jensen. Better delivery this time, but doesn't clear the first defender, Xinxing Dai. Jacobson.
Good skill there from Jacobson, inside outside to beat the defender.
He's really brought a spark of energy since coming on as a substitute moments ago and trying to get herself out of a tough situation as she's closed down by two Beijing defenders.
Looks like she got stepped on here on her hand when she went down.
So clock stoppage at late stages of minute 43.
Let's take a look now. She's double teamed, almost triple teamed, and as she goes down, it looks like she landed funny on her elbow or something of the sort. It seems to be causing a bit of pain.
Rich Manning, a few injuries early on this season. Mariah Elmer, unavailable. Natalie Wells tweaking her ankle just a bit over the weekend, but expected to be back very soon. Katie Rogers given a rest, who usually plays that number 6 role, which Van der Veen is occupied. So he's had to do some shifting as well as experimenting. And we'll see if Jacobson can continue. If she can, it would be a real shame because she's been so bright and so energetic since coming on as a sub.
It's a bummer to see she was having such an exciting match stepping on this pitch in the center of the field. Hopefully it's, even if it's something with her arm, hopefully it's something she can play with.
Keep you abreast of the situation. So forced to make a late change here towards the end of the first half as it's given back to Beijing. A sporting gesture. New right back as Shanchan Zhang has come up now. Hard running from Weimin Zhang, number 17. It's Utah growing in possession here. More movement from Ireland Dunn. Pushing it now for the transfer, Addie Jensen, who pulls the trigger. And you talk about unorthodox. That was every bit of it on the save from Xia Zhang.
I like the effort, though. This is a left-footed strike, and I'm not sure that Zhang needed to go for that. It looked like it might have missed the goal, might have hit the post. It was a good effort there from both sides.
So they brought up Hannah Hyde. Big ball in, and it's headed away by Xin Dai.
Utah needing to get a little bit more pace on those corners. All of their corners have fallen a bit short, cleared out.
I'm sure that's a point that Rich Manning is going to address here during halftime. Don't want to rest on your laurels, even though it is an exhibition. It's a Tuesday morning kickoff.
You always want to step on the pitch and give it your best. No relaxing. We're out here to play.
Xia Liu.
Good skill. Patience here from Beijing Normal. Looking again for that through ball, but Utah defense is solid.
Hannah Hyde. Highland, Utah. Good looking partnership back there that's been, for the most part, solid. Chen Wang plays it in, and out comes Nelson.
Dangerous ball in, and good effort there from Beijing Normal. But Nelson is there, slide tackling save.
When Liu comes back on, she really makes a difference in the attack. Here's the aforementioned, but a swing and a miss, couldn't quite latch onto it. She is capable of those exploits. Down the left-hand side, and here comes Beijing Normal trying to carve open this Utah defense. Great looking early ball, Liu is there, and so is the defensive Katya Carne, and it was a scrambled clearance. Great tracking back, and a flurry to end a first half that saw Beijing Normal here, Temris, start very well. But the goals coming on the 14th minute from Po Vanderveen, on the 38th from Ireland Dunn, giving the Utes the advantage at the break.
Take a look at this left-footed strike from Po Vanderveen to give Utah the lead. And this one, excellent skill, turn and dribbling attack from number Dunn to make it 2-0.
Right now, we're joined by Utah head coach Rich Manning. First of all, Rich, thanks for taking the time. I know it's hot out there, but let's talk about this first half. I mean, you've got the 2-goal lead at the break. What are you seeing throughout the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think we scored a couple of good goals, which was great to see. I'd like to really keep the ball a little bit better, even starting back with our goalkeeper in defense. And we got to be more committed to doing that a little bit, and that'll be our focus here at halftime.
Defensively, coach, it looks like they're trying to break up that center back alliance, or even with the outside back, trying to slip behind. How are you going to coach to keep that shutout?
Yeah, I think we have to do a better job of just tracking some runners and on the front and getting pressure on the ball, but we really got to do a better job just keeping track of the runners.
Yeah,
hey,
they're
Rich.
making it difficult.
Yeah, Rich, thanks for taking the time. We really appreciate it. Best of luck coming up in the second half.
Thanks, guys.
So Utah comfortably out in front here at the break, 2-0. Keep it right here. There's more soccer coming up. You're watching Beijing Normal and Utah, and it's only on the Pac-12 Network. This Pac-12 women's soccer game is brought to you by State Farm, here to help life go right. Halftime here at Ute Field, and Utah leading 2-0 over visiting Beijing Normal in what has been a very entertaining first half. Welcome back to Salt Lake City. Christian Miles alongside former Sun Devil Temris Lane. Temris, it was a good start here from Beijing Normal, but what a response and some good attacking play from Utah.
Yeah, absolutely. They got into the attack and they got 2 goals into the back of the net and they made it count. And that's what we're going to see the second half. More encouragement to get into the attack, but also cleaning up that back line.
All right, some end-to-end stuff here as we take a look back at the first half highlights. Let's take a look at the State Farm get to a better state. And some great play pushed over, and Balo Vanderveen taking it very well.
The second one, excellent turn here as she takes on not one, but 2 and 3 defenders for a perfect strike to make it 2-0. Excellent skill here from the striker.
Yeah, Ireland Dunn, beautifully taken. You couldn't ask for anything better as a number 9 wearing the number 21. And Ireland Dunn with a big goal, the first of her collegiate career, and doing so well, and a chance to really take the limelight here in that starting role. Skolmoski has been the goal scorer of choice leading up to this point, but they have gotten the job done. Let's break down the numbers for you here and take a look at it. And it's been end-to-end, and we are not kidding, 9-8 in terms of shots, and it's Utah just edging it. But Carly Nelson, I'm sure, a little too busy for her head coach, Rich Manning's liking.
Yeah, I'd say so. And there is an indication here, though, that Utah is getting into their attack with 4 corners to 0 for Beijing Normal. And they've got to do better on the corners this second half. That's an area where they can improve, just small adjustments, getting the balls further across the face of the goal so that Utah players have an opportunity to put it in the back of the net.
Sunny skies around, a beautiful day, midsummer here in Salt Lake City. And feeling like the early days, temperatures reaching just past the 90-degree mark, and an exhibition of friendly, as they say in the soccer world, here at Ute Field. A chance for Utah to fine-tune things as they get set for that big game coming up here on Monday against their rivals, Brigham Young University, before conference play opens up later in September when they will be away to the University of Washington up in Seattle. But a lot of bright spots here in the first 45 minutes, and a chance for some of the youngsters to shine in what has been an experimental day for the hosts.
Yeah, and an unfortunate injury that took Jacobson off the pitch, number 24. We'll see if there's any updates on her status. We hate to see those injuries in exhibition matches and friendly matches like this one.
Well, you've seen some interchanging tactics from Beijing Normal, at times going with a 4-4-2, going with a 4-5-1. They've been able to adjust on the fly. Utah coming out with a 4-3-3, the Dutch influenced 4-3-3. And Ireland Dunn has made the most of her opportunities. The youngster has been very impressive from Kaysville, Utah. Scored 17 times as a senior. Ireland Dunn at Davis High School, and that is carried over to the collegiate level, but it's the movement of Utah's front three that has caused Beijing some problems.
Yeah, and credit to Kachiakarne, who was the person who played that ball in. The good vision to see that Ireland was available and had the tenacity to take it to goal to give her team the 2-0 lead.
So Brad Jensen, the referee, gets us underway, and the second half commences here at Ute Field. Long ball played forward by goal scorer Alle van der Veen, trying to angle it into the corner for Ella Ballstedt, who's playing wide on that right-hand side. Utah trying to get back to the NCAA tournament after an absence of 2 years, last appearing back in 2013.
That's the end goal every season.
Here's Slattery, who keeps her spot after coming on as a sub late in the first half, but it's taken away by Beijing's Chen Wang.
Looking to switch the play here for Beijing Normal.
Shan Chu, wearing the number 7. At times it's been almost overly methodical from the Chinese. Trying to speed up their rate of play. Might be one of the points that they were stressing during halftime. We shall see. But it's popped out once again for Ballstedt in a 1v1. Chips one in, and out comes Sia Sing Zhang, makeshift goalkeeper, able to corral it.
Good pressure here from the start of the second half from the Utah Utes. Beijing looking to still play their technical game, even building out of the back. Look like they have one up top at the moment in Leo.
And speaking right on cue, comes away with it after dropping it at deep roll. Has support from Wang. 19 and pulls the strings. The captain comes out wide now for the number 17, Weimin Zhang. He's shown some good industry in the first half as it squirts over to Chu Guayen, and it's going to be a free kick. So technical. They've had those short passes that have played through the Utah defense. They varied it, going direct at times. Clever stuff from John Long as he tries to claw his way back from a 2-goal deficit. What will be the finale of their 4-game swing in the United States. Chu delivers, good flick on, and it was tricky. Once again, it's the danger woman, Wei-Win Liu, wearing the number 8. Just got a glancing header to it, but last off of a Utah defender in the first corner kick.
It looked like it went off a Beijing normal attacker, but the official saw it the other way.
Well, they will have their first corner here, Temperance. Standing over it is Wei Xing, 25-year-old midfielder, trying to find the supply line. Defenders at both posts for the Utes, right into the heart of the box now, and it drops for Zhang, and she pulls the trigger, and a good save from Garley Nelson, and that was trickier than it looked.
That was an excellent corner here. Now watch the touch here. She takes one touch past the Utah defender and is able to get this one on the frame, but Nelson's there.
Good goalkeeping, 7 saves already for the freshman keeper. Zhang trying to play it forward, and out comes Nelson, and she had to be very careful and alert. Xia Liu, number 11, bearing down.
I imagine that was part of the halftime conversation from Coach Manning, to have Nelson just be aware that she might be needing to step off her line a little bit more, because that's the play that Beijing is looking for, those through balls just behind the defense that oftentimes Nelson might be able to step up and collect, whether it's with her feet or her hands.
Chen Wang appealing for the foul. She's not going to get it a chance now for the Utes to break, but Slattery's pass intended for Van der Veen. It's a bit too much. Dutch midfielder who's playing more advanced here.
Beijing normal resetting, playing it all the way back to their keeper. Looking to build here. They have a sense of patience in the back that I admire.
They give it away now. Drops to the feet of Dunn. Here is Slattery, who thought about it. Defense just gets the block in.
Although I admire the patience, at times urgency is what is required.
And there has been a lack of ruthlessness in front of goal from this Beijing team. And the finishing hasn't equaled the quality of the build-up and passing play.
When they've had a number of shots, almost equal amounts of shots, just haven't been able to capitalize like Utah.
It's definitely gotten better since their initial outing. The last Saturday at USC. 5-1 losers on that one, but we're already down 5-0 when Wei-Win Liu hit a wonder goal. And this is interesting, out of the back, the sweeper keeper, as Nelson sends it forward off the feet. Here's Ella Ballstedt, freshman from Midway, Utah, Wasatch High School. He's found a way to Van der Veen, a sophomore. Scored the first goal of the season, 14 minutes in.
Control here, settling it down in the midfield, not forcing it. Needs to play a bit earlier there as the pressure's coming on tough from number 18, Chow. Good read from the center back.
Van der Veen playing more advanced here. We saw at the initial outset. More pressure from Utah. Ali Millerberg keeps possession, but it's coughed up. Here's Li Tu, the youngest player, 17 years of age for Beijing Normal, and it's popped to the magic feet of Wei-Win Liu. Slips through one. It's Liu around, and the final shot blocked by Katia Carne.
Well defended there from Katia Carne. She read that one. I thought maybe Liu would take another touch and attempt to beat her, but she wanted that shot.
She is special.
Let's take a look as she beats the defense here. Takes one more touch, and Katia Carne is there in support and cover, as she should be. Well defended there from Utah defense.
Technically, hard to find a better player on the field today than the Beijing Normal number 8, Wei-Win Liu. Van der Veen has had her moments, but Liu has been able to turn on that individual skill and create opportunities for herself and her teammates.
I think one of the more dangerous players for Beijing Normal has been number 26, Cheng. She has been really active in the top line. She's not on the pitch at the moment.
Has a little bit more of a different element dimension with the speed.
But as a defender, she's one that causes problems because she's constantly challenging that back line to, as at halftime, Coach Manning said, you're forced to track players when you're...
Some trouble at the back now for Beijing Normal. It's on for Ballstedt. She's got some support now. It's Van der Veen waiting for it in the box. The tackle just on the byline, and it's going to be another corner kick now.
See how they do with this one.
And then you can play one of them on Maddie.
Take a look as she gets around the corner here, challenging Beijing Normal's defense, and she just almost gets to the end line, and it gets played out of bounds.
So another corner now for Van der Veen, an area in which Utah struggled, failing to clear the first defender on many occasions. This one in for Hyde, couldn't quite connect.
Now, I might be mistaken, but it seems as though after the number of corners we've seen, that Utah is actually looking for that near post play. This last one, again, cleared out by Beijing Normal. The corner just a bit short from my perspective.
Maddie Clarkson closing in. Xia Liu. Here's number 15, Wei Xin. For Chen Wang, the captain, trying to create some space, wants to put it on that right foot. She'll opt for Wei Min Zhang. And wide play now for Beijing Normal. Great looking cross off the head of Liu. And that is wonderful play from Beijing Normal.
Beijing looking for a corner in that one, as they claim it took a deflection off a defender. Now take a look. Liu gets up for this one, but she's unable to redirect it, and they were right. That should have been a corner.
So big break for Utah. Well orchestrated. They try and stretch that back four. Utah trying to build out of the back as Nelson hoofs it long.
Good takedown, playing defeat there with her head from number 12-2.
Ballstedt.
Good switch of play here from Utah. Looking to penetrate through the center.
Here's Holly de Goede now. She's got some support on that left-hand side. It's Addie Jensen looking for a good cross. Van der Veen trying to meet it.
Little collision there for Po.
Will come out for a Beijing throw. It's been easy on the eye. Some chances, 17 shots in the first half, and it's continued much in the same vein here in the second. Tricky stuff there for Shanshan Chu, number 7, and on that first touch, Xia Liu, the number 11, just letting her down.
Nelson's playing a bit higher this half to account for those through balls that Beijing Normal is attempting to play in.
And Beijing Normal showing some high pressure here, trying to make it uncomfortable out of the back for the Utes. This will be a test of the distribution capabilities.
Keep up the good work, guys. Here we go. Here we go.
So the throw now for the sophomore, Ali Millerberg.
And go, Ella, go. Go underneath.
Done. Just off of her, couldn't control it. So we'll see a substitution here for Beijing Normal. They're going to bring on Xiong Li to replace the number 15, Wei Xin. She's going to slot in on the right-hand side of defense in that right fullback role.
Again, looking for that through ball. Nelson's there. No runners this time for Beijing Normal. Utah's able to collect, play out of the back. They need to play clean out of the back.
You know, it's
Crucial.
interesting point you make, because that's what Rich Manning was telling us at halftime. We need to keep better possession. Attitude really has a domino effect. It decreases the pressure on your back four, leads to more attacking chances. They've stolen it away thanks to Hannah Hyde. Only to return the favor now. And here is Liu right back at it. The oldest player, 27 years old. Good one played up. Liu is in, trying to chip Nelson, and brave goalkeeping. It surely looked to be the first for Beijing Normal, but Nelson says no.
Let's take a look at this replay here. This was an excellent ball in, well-timed and great takedown here by Liu. Just Nelson makes it herself big, unbeatable. She anticipates this ball coming, attempting to come over the top of her. She blocks the shot.
And saved the game. She's been called into occasion so many times. 8th in the afternoon. And they go down the left-hand side. Giving chase is the redshirt senior, Addie Jensen. She's playing on the left 3 position of that 3-pronged attack in this 4-3-3 setup for Utah. And Carly Nelson, I tell you what, she made 3 saves against Utah State on Sunday. Got the shutout in her first ever start, and now she has come up trumps today, trying to register back-to-back clean sheets.
7 saves already.
Unbelievable stuff. And here's the danger woman that you were talking about a moment ago, Temris. Wei Zhang has come into the attack off the Beijing normal bench, and she really adds that attacking spark, but a lot of speed.
She's a difficult player to track because she's just busy. She's constantly looking to get behind, and she has the vision and the capability to get behind the Utah back line.
Chen Wang caught in possession, but it's a foul on Utah's Po van der Veen.
Love to see the sportsmanship there. This is a friendly after all.
Van der Veen will get the free kick.
See how she strikes this one. Will it be a play in or a shot on frame?
Be interesting to see how they line up. Maddie Clarkson, number 23, just on the edge of the box, and it's Van der Veen laces through it. Goalkeeping mistake and a super strike. Dutch delight yet again. Utah 3, Beijing normal 0.
Right before she struck this one, she takes a look over her right shoulder, looks to Coach Manning and says, "What should I do?" He says, "Your call." So she just lays one in, strikes this one perfectly. Beijing Normal's goalkeeper unable to stop the pace of this one, giving Po a brace, and Utah Utes a 3-0 lead.
Now, to be forgiven, it was a goalkeeping error, but it's not a usual goalkeeper. They've had to play a defender. Xia Xing Zhang in the net today for the injured Ximin Qi.
That's just a brave move. Any player, any field player that doesn't have a ton of experience in goal, to step in goal at this high level of play, got to be courageous. So credit to the goalkeeper, but it was the right decision for Po van der Veen to take that strike. When you know you have an inexperienced goalkeeper in there, you want to take as many shots as possible.
It's pure power from the Dutch number 6. Only a sophomore, 22 years of age. Professional experience overseas. And already a part of the Netherlands youth system. Being a rising power in women's soccer globally. Wei Xing, nowhere to go. Drop back for Wei Zhao, wearing the number 18. And nicely read by Hannah Hyde, finds her way, get it, give it. Van der Veen heading for a hat trick, possibly. Wide now for Addie Jensen.
Good run there.
Right into the pass, Van der Veen doing the right thing and forcing another corner for the Utes.
I'd like to see this corner go a little bit longer than they've been playing it. Or at least if they're playing near to capitalize. These are opportunities come season play, come Pac-12 play, I should say. These are the opportunities that you need to capitalize on, especially when you get so many corners. You've got to have better shots and better chances on goal.
See what the delivery held in store, a laser straight into that near post yet again. But I'll tell you what, Beijing have defended so well from corner kicks today. Chen Wang, the captain.
Good recovery there from Hyde. Po is caught offsides.
And it is going to be offside against the number 6. And they're feeling it right now. Paula van der Veen from Leidschendam, the Netherlands. 2 goals and 5 assists last year. 6th in the Pac-12, first on the team, enough to give her all freshman honors on the Pac-12 as a first team member. And she looked as though she is poised for greater things. And this is not even a full strength Utah team right now.
That was an excellent play there. A short, long to connect on top for Beijing.
Lee out in front, and there is Zhang at the far post. Cross just wasn't quite good enough, but they open up the Utah defense.
Take a look at this. This ball comes through from the defense to And she takes it down nicely with her head, looks for a cross. But Cheng isn't there to collect it. Good play there from Beijing Normal.
So Liu has come off for Beijing Normal. They summon He Wang off the bench. And she's going to drop into a deeper role in midfield. That will push the number 19, Chen Wang, into attack alongside the number 26, Wei Zhang. Xin Dai has done well. 22 caught in possession now. There's a certain hunger about this Utah outfit right now.
Good pressure there from Utah. You could hear Coach Manning screaming to his defense to press that back line up, to just tighten the space in the midfield, make it more difficult for Beijing to transition from the back, and they've won this one.
Slattery, she's done ever so well. Pulls it across. Van der Veen shouldering off. Van der Veen for the hat trick! And cleared off the line by the keeper, Zhizia Zhang.
Great save from the keeper there. Credit to her, using her feet to record yet another save. Excellent turn here from Van der Veen. She's able to get her favorite left peg on this one. And another save.
Turning it on here in the second half is Van der Veen. Chen Wang, Beijing, trying to release Weimin Zhang, the number 17, who has to deal with Holly de Gerda.
De Gerda making it difficult, but she does well to hold de Gerda off.
He Wang.
Now the Utah defense is flattened out on top of the 18. Not a whole lot of depth there for Beijing Normal up top. Looking to play back into the midfield.
Simple 1-2 onside. Wang crosses straight in front. And a golden opportunity for Beijing to register there first. It falls by the wayside. Everything but the finish.
It was an excellent ball across the goal, but nobody was there.
Here's Van der Veen. Meanwhile, oh, and it's on now, and it's a 1v1 situation. It's Bolstead! Yes! Utah with 4. And it's Ella Bolstead, the freshman from Midway, with her second goal of the season. Utah 4, Beijing Normal 0.
What an incredible play and vision from Po Van der Veen. As she takes a look up, she sees her player coming across. She plays it just behind Beijing Normal's defense. It's a 1v1 situation. What composure she has to finish this one. Nicely low into the left corner, making it 4-0.
Van der Veen will take a well-deserved rest here. 2 goals and an assist for Van der Veen and a big strike for the freshman, Bolstead.
That was a great play from Bolstead. Great connection from Po to her striker.
Back at the other end, it's tricky that time as Nelson forced to chip it or tip it over the bar.
Let's go, Ella, let's go!
Flying out of the woods, I'll tell you what.
Come on,
This
hustle
is
up, let's go!
a Beijing team that doesn't have any quits. They will keep on coming.
Take a look as she's forced to go up for this one. Tips that one over, and now Beijing Normal's on the corner kick.
Shan Chu, 26-year-old midfielder, standing over it. The defender at each post for the Utes. They go short now for Chen Wang. Opens up a different angle and over the head of Maddie Clarkson, and it pops up precariously. Here's Zhang trying to latch onto it, and it's belted just over the bar by Weimin Zhang.
You've gotta like that strike from number 12, too. She takes a look and she just strikes that one with her left foot. Now this is off of a corner, and it's bounced around, and then it pops right back out to her. She just takes it with her left foot. It just has a little bit too much spin and pops over the crossbar.
So Alan Millenberg comes off, on comes Aaliyah Guerder.
Fighter!
Take a spot on the right-hand side of midfield. So Guerder makes a run, Chenson checks back now, and Natalie Vukic is back into the fray. She tries to play in a beautiful ball up and over. Utah looking for number 5, and they get it. Holly de Gerda, her second goal of the season. And Utah are rolling in Salt Lake City, 5-0.
Now that was a goal just out of sheer determination and tenacity. That was a foot race, shoulder to shoulder. You could tell she was hungry for goal, and she made this one count. Excellent play there from Utah. Good team goal.
Substitution for Utah.
This is where you gotta keep going. You gotta keep playing. You're up 4-0, but you're still hungry for goal. See you make this one count.
Left back, right place, right time. Another goal as the floodgates have opened now, and everyone forward. More holes at the back. This time it's Ballstedt looking for her second, trying to combine with Jensen, and arriving here on the near side. Curl, acres of space, and Curl to that far post. They have the run from Max Flom. It comes out for a Utah corner. It's all clicking right now for the Utes. I tell you what, they came in as the top scoring team in Pac-12, 4 games in, 10 goals in that span. In each of the games that they have struck, scored anything less than 3 goals. This their best output so far.
It's good to see from the Utah side. Going for another one here on this corner. That was the best corner I've seen so far. Got some pace and some distance on that one.
The size of Maddie Clarkson, redshirt sophomore from Seattle, nearly connecting.
Clarkson just gets up for this one, redirects it, but it just misses to the right of the goal.
Maddie Clarkson, redshirt sophomore from Mountain View High School up in Seattle in the Pacific Northwest. Meanwhile, Jensen right back at it, using that strength, or rather Flom. Robust physical soccer from Utah.
This is a great game for Utah players to take advantage of building their confidence in the attack on the dribble, knowing that they've got a comfortable lead now, that things they might not try in other matches, they can try today.
Especially when you're up 5-0. A little bit of luxury at your advantage and your disposal.
In Pac-12 play, you might have to play a lot quicker. These are opportunities in your final third that you're gonna just wanna see what you got. Put your head down, take the ball to goal, look for a shot, test out their goalkeeper.
Hyde, not a convincing clearance. Backtracking is Kachiakarne, who's called off it by Carly Nelson. You talk about Pac-12 play. Last year for the Utes, it was 4 wins and 7 defeats as they finished 9th. Remember, just entering the Pac-12 back in 2011, their best finish 3 seasons ago in 2014 when they came up 3rd in conference play, made it to the NCAA tournament.
Got to take care of those clearances coming out of the back.
And it's Vukic. She's got a target up front. It's Flom, a sea of blue in front of her. On the overlap is Ballstedt. Flag is down. The freshman picks up her head, pulls it across, and it will come out for another Utah corner kick. Or did it come off of Ballstedt? Appears to be the latter, so a goal kick for Beijing Normal.
Coming out as number 18.
Great overlapping run here from Utah. She looks to play this one across. Defenders are there though. Bounces around before it deflects off of Ballstedt for a goal kick.
Ballstedt on target on Friday. 3-0 winners here over San Diego. She combined well with Haley Skolmowski's brace. Casual out of the back that time from Werder. Closed down, and there's a Beijing player down. It's Wei Zhang, who's slow to get up. Way by the left back, Junya Yen.
It's hard to stay focused when you're your deficit here. You need a little spice from someone like number 26, Zhang. She's there to spice things up top, and she'll definitely work back. She's got a lot of energy, and this point in time, Beijing Normal has been on the road for quite some time. I imagine their fatigue has started to set in.
Yeah, approaching nearly 2 weeks away from home. The conditions not familiar to them. A little hot out here on the West Coast. deal with the heat against USC and UCLA. Likewise, in their lone victory, 1-0 over Arizona State, but it should be mentioned as a footnote in that game. Arizona State, 14 hours earlier, had played against Loyola Chicago, registering a 4-0 win. So clearly not a reflection of their abilities, the Sun Devils.
Back-to-back games like that.
I'm sure that put a smile on Coach Kevin Boyd's face, but
He didn't seem, you know, of course every coach wants to walk away feeling good, and you can feel better when you're victorious. However,
Yeah.
he didn't seem too disappointed considering the conditions and knowing that he had rotated some players in and out that deserve some rest.
the lively Yen defers now to Lee. Good ball across, and the flag is up. Disallowed goal will not count.
Beijing.
That was an excellent play there, and it was Zhang who almost had that goal.
Again, though, it's really tidy in the build-up.
Here's the offsides. She was already past that back line before she received this ball to play in.
Well versed on their movements, nearly scripted for Beijing normal. There's a little ruthlessness in front of goal. Might get it here, but once again, just lacks conviction. So they'll bring in their big gun,
Substitution
the
for
20-year-old
coming out.
Wei Wen
Number
Liu,
19.
getting a chance to run out. Inside 20 minutes left here at Ute Field.
You watched them play against USC and now today at Utah. Any big differences between this team today?
A little sharpness. It appears though that they were a little bit flat, especially in the first half against the Trojans. A testament to Kadani McAlpine's team, who are very sharp, up 3-0 at the break, but they have been a little better with their movements and build-up play through midfield, but just lacking that cutting edge in front of goal. But certainly the future is bright. This is an institution it's brought so many successful players, and they've had success in the past, winning both of their games last year at Cal Berkeley and at Arizona State.
They had some players down in Rio this year, as I understand it.
Yeah, Mao Xiaozhu scored 4 times against the Golden Bears last year, part of the Olympic team. And a missed touch there from Wei Zhang, making life pretty easy for the nimble Carly Nelson. I love goalkeeping controversies. I mean, Rich Manning has quite a conundrum on his hands because it's been a great outing from Carly Nelson. I'm sure a little busier than he'd like, but he's also got another great option in July Mathias, third-year player and redshirt sophomore, has had some strong showings as well.
Yeah, and if you're a goalkeeper, there's one spot you can play on the pitch. So to be able to rotate it, and you're on a team, of course you're competitive, of course you want that starting position, especially at this level. But I imagine, as a teammate, you're happy that one another are both getting opportunities to see some minutes and make some saves and contribute.
Remember, they both trying to fill those big shoes left by Lindsay Luke. Such a huge figure.
Good goalkeeper. Fun to watch.
Big part of the setup for the Seattle Reign in the NWSL now. Taking it number 4 in the draft.
Wow. She was such an instrumental fixture to this team. Glad to hear she's successful.
Good play here. It's Zhang in front of goal, and they get their breakthrough. Wei Zhang finally, after knocking on the door many, many times, on the counterattack. It's Wei Zhang with the first of the day for the visitors, a goal that will do wonders for Beijing Normal's confidence.
And she was the one that has just been causing difficulties for the Utah backline, as she has been just so busy, and she has incredible vision, movement off the ball, and the ability to just slip behind defenders a half step. And today, that half step got her that goal.
So no shutout today for Utah. Wei Zhang, I'll give you credit here, Temperance Lane. You called it. She has been a huge thorn in Utah's side, along with Wei Wen Yu. Different element, though, diminutive and speedy, but able to break in behind.
I just remember players like her when I would play defense.
You don't
You'd be
like
so
facing them, would you?
frustrated. Well, because it was hard to keep tabs on her.
First player besides Wei Wen Yu to score on their tour.
And she's talented. Not to mention, she's not only busy, she's got the talent.
And the experience, because she's 26.
You look away for 1 second and she slipped behind you. So keeping tabs on someone like her is challenged not only individually, but for the defensive unit. Requires a lot of communication and focus.
There's a goal score, supported by Women Zhang. Tidying up in midfield amidst the pressure from Natalie Vukic. And Beijing has won a free kick. Well, just a reminder, this Thursday, football returns on Pac-12 networks as Utah hosts in-state rival Southern Utah. I'll tell you what, they're really excited for this one. All the action beginning at 4 p.m., 5 Mountain with the pregame show. Football back on the Pac-12 network, or you can watch on Pac-12 Now and pac-12.com.
Another free kick here.
Shoot. Up and over.
Nelson reads that one out of bounds.
Goal kick, Utah.
Hasn't had a lot to deal with. Nelson, in terms of a lot of aerial crosses coming in wide. It's always such a big test for a keeper, but she's looked comfortable on the approach and has made some great decisions and substitutes en masse yet again. Clarkson off along with Holly de Geerda, and we'll see the reintroduction of Ireland Dunn into the fray along with Ali Milberg.
Most of Beijing Normal's
Milberg,
opportunities have come from the build-up through the center of the pitch and those through balls. You're right, we haven't seen a lot of crosses come in. I don't necessarily think that the aerial game is their strength. So they know where their strengths lie, and they're in the build-up in the midfield.
How about the recharged batteries of Vukic? Here's Jensen.
She's someone in the past I've really enjoyed to watch play and seen little spurts of what she has to offer today.
Here's Dunn. Good link-up play with Ballstedt. It's moving quicker now for Utah. One wonders what Rich Manning might have said to his substitutes. Hey, pick up the pace, get your heads up. This one is not over yet. 15 minutes left.
Utah has been moving the ball really cleanly and smartly this whole match. It's been an improvement from previous seasons that I've seen. Even though they might be young, they're playing intelligently.
And drops out, it's Flom. Fancied her chances. That one well wide. We are at Ute Field here in Salt Lake City, the home of the University of Utah, embarking on their 5th match of the season, an exhibition clash against Beijing Normal. And well, things going right according to plan for the Utes in their usual high-scoring fashion early on in 2016, up 5-1. Christian Miles alongside former Arizona State Sun Devil Temris Lane. Real entertaining affair, 6 goals. And some good stuff on either end.
Beijing Normal putting more pressure now on Utah Utes. They, I'm sure, are aware of the clock and working.
A bit life difficult out of the back at times, Beijing for Utah.
Particularly when number 26 has been putting pressure on that back line, making it really difficult for them.
Thank you.
She works hard, possibly the most fit on Beijing's side.
Here's the goal scorer, Wei Zhang, deferring to Xiang Li.
Turn here, good movement. Look at this build-up. This is what they like to do.
Great movement. And putting a stop to it is Aaliyah Gwerder, who's drifted towards central defense. Up by her lonesome now is Ireland Dunn, because there was a misstep from Ella Ballstedt, who was set to provide support on the right-hand side. Came up slowly, but appears to be okay as she runs it off. You see Rich Manning directing traffic, saying, hey, Ireland Dunn, get towards the middle, closer to goal.
Asking her to post up. She's
Jensen.
good at that.
It's not the best of clearances now. Vukic, only too happy to oblige.
Good switch here from Utah Utes.
Here's Flom.
Momentum up the left side, earning yet another corner.
Flom has utilized her speed, got behind that right back for Beijing. 7th corner kick of the afternoon.
Werder, freshman defender, looking to add some height into the attack on this corner. See if she can get her head on it, if it can reach her there.
Got a whole host of attacking weapons. Werder knocks it forward. And Liu taking her chances, doesn't distribute very well. Jensen, good ball across. Ballstedt hits it first time. You can see what she was trying to do, but that one is a little too far underneath it and up and over the bar.
Credit to Jensen here for resetting this one, getting it out wide. Take a look, she just plays this one perfectly out wide. Ballstedt just a little misstep, mishit to go over the top. It was almost like she couldn't decide, shot or cross.
2 goals in 3 games for Ballstedt.
It's like when you take a penalty, you have to already decide, am I gonna kick it to the right or the left? If you can't make up your mind, oftentimes you'll go right down the middle.
It's being caught in 2 minds. The old Krashot. Zhang,
Looking for that cross.
good looking cross. Liu
Oh,
defers.
I love this
Lovely
play.
bot down, and Lee, once again, everything but the finish.
Just so aware and technical. Take a look again from Zhang as it comes out from the left side of the pitch. Li Yu just knocks this one down nicely to her teammate for a shot on goal.
So many positive moments from which Beijing Normal can draw some positivity from on their 4-game swing throughout the Western United States.
And so can Utah. They can learn from one another. Utah can take some lessons from this match and learn from some of the things that Beijing Normal do well, which is those short, quick passes that are extremely technical but intentional.
They'll run into some technical opposition in the form of USC, UCLA this year. Stanford, of course. This one comes in. Kachiakane.
Zhang getting a little tired there. Normally that she'd be chasing that one down. But in the final 8 minutes of this match, she must be losing just a little of her steam.
A misjudge this time by Ali Millerberg, and it's hit by Lee. It's young Lee, midfielder. Just not enough power. Just a reminder, Saturday, it's a football quadruple header. Get your first look at the Huskies, Ducks, Cougars, and Sun Devils during a full slate of gridiron action. Live coverage begins with the pregame show, bright and early at 10 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Mountain on PAC-12 Network, or you can watch on PAC-12 Now and PAC-12.com. Really looking forward to the football season here. Dylan Rice-Eccles, Southern Utah rolling in on Thursday. As we kick things off, the Pac-12 Network, Season 5 rolls on.
Excellent first touch by Li Yu.
It's young Lee trying to thread the needle for Zhang. Gwerder, back to Nelson.
She asked for that one back. Good communication there in formation from Utah defense and midfield. Just got to take better care of the ball. That's a dangerous pass not to play with pace.
Not comfortable out of the back is Jing. Crosses for Liu. The chest down and the block by Gwerder.
Shot by number 8. Liu for Beijing.
It's young Lee. Once again, Gwerder cleaning things up, tidying up in the back. Good clearance. And a great first touch off the head of Ireland Dunn, who's put herself in behind the defense. Good recovery from Beijing Normal, but Ireland with a lot of work to do. Corner kick for the Utes, make it 8 on the afternoon.
Credit to Yen for her hustle. That was a true mismatch in terms of physical strength and size. But Yen's speed and determination to recover was able to stop Ireland from getting a shot on goal.
All right, fans, one more time. Let's make some noise and wave the stars for the Utah corner.
So off the corner kick, Slattery, that left foot on the in swinger, and it bounces. Cardinal sin as it bounces inside the 6-yard box. Right back in it goes, and Leo's missed clearance makes life difficult in the back. Now the makeshift keeper, Xixing Zhang.
Slattery's corner is a corner I like, Unfortunately, nobody, like you said, was on the end of it.
Far post run. Sure, get a chance to fine-tune things. Remember, hey, they've only been training for about over 2 weeks. Got to get those set pieces
are
routines
prime
down.
opportunities to capitalize. They seem to be doing well, though, in the run of play.
Tell you what, 15 goals, 5 games, not too shabby. Zhang looking for her second. Wei Zhang, so clever. Wei Min Liu, well closed down by Vukic, and it's dropped off, and that's really over-ambitious from Wei Min Zhang. It kind of symbolizes their attacking approach throughout their 4 games here in the USA.
Substitution for Beijing coming on.
They're going to bring back on their captain, Chen Wang, to replace Wei Xing. We talked about total football earlier with Utah, interchangeable parts here for Beijing Normal, as a lot of these players can drop back in defense, play in midfield, and even go up top.
If Jeannie gets it, you gotta show.
Very much exemplifying the modern game.
The midfielder.
Go, Utah!
Show, Ella, show. Maddie, stay middle. Let Ella go. You go one in.
Great opportunity to work through some things for both sides. Utah Utes making adjustments, seeing where players fit outside of perhaps their normal starting 11.
This high pressure has paid off at times for Beijing. Under 5 minutes to go. Popped up by Lee. Here is Guarder, skies the clearance.
Both sides need to clean this up a little in the final minutes of the game. Things are getting a little bouncy.
At 92 degrees.
3 more
87th
minutes
minute.
of focus here. 3.5 more
Sometimes
minutes of
to be
focus.
expected.
Yep. Particularly if you're ahead by 4 goals, gives you a sense of comfort. That maybe allows you to relax. I think the challenge in those moments is to keep up the pace, keep up the tenacity and determination, and do what works for your side.
Flared run, wide on the left by Natalie Vukic. Trying to find
run.
Slattery. Dunn couldn't control it either.
Good run by Vukic. Attempting to connect with Slattery, but it just goes behind her, and Beijing Normal now on the transition.
Found some space in midfield. Dropped off for He Wang. Wei Wen Liu. This is Wei Min Zhang.
Just flattened out defense here for Utah. Makes it really difficult for Beijing Normal to penetrate that 18-yard box.
Wei
and
Zhang
look
now.
for their opportunities.
A lot of space. Chen Wang drops that shoulder. Good individual skill from the winger, and it's belted in. Good save from Carly Nelson to deny Yishui Han.
Excellent strike there from Han. She comes in out of the backfield on the right side to just test Nelson one more time. Nelson passes this test, though.
Such an odd match when you think 5-1 scoreline. You think he'd be one of the best players in the attack. Van der Veen, of course, raising eyebrows. Ireland Dunn as well. But how about the play of Carly Nelson? Save after save after save, double digits. And, you know, a lot of attributes are given to goalkeepers for making saves. But if you're a coach, you don't want them called into action on that many occasions.
No, you'd hope not. But always, as a goalkeeper, you want to get in the game. 11 saves on the day.
Lee going for goal, blocked by Guarder.
Shot by 13.
Sometimes the keeper
Lee.
hoping that the other opposition will come at you, seeing a chance to get some action, some play. She'll get it here, but big, tall Guarder, right place, right time.
1 minute to play. 1 minute.
Final minute here at Salt Lake. Slattery trying to latch onto it. Chen Wang, there's no quit in Beijing Normal. Trying to get one for cosmetic's sake.
So at this point, Beijing Normal has 19 shots to 17 of Utah's. no indication of the score line, however. Just about capitalizing, and you know, credit to Beijing Normal's goalkeeper stepping in at the last minute as their goalkeeper was injured.
The clearance from Jensen. 15 seconds left.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Can she get a shot off?
2, 1.
And that will do it.
Gets it out
90
of
minutes
there.
in the books. Wire to wire. They gave it their all. 6 goals, 5 of which going in for the University of Utah. And some great strikes today. Olive Vandeveen on target with a hand and an assist in the other. Ireland Dunn, as well as Ella Ballstedt on target along with Holly de Geerda. Your thoughts after 90 minutes, Timrys Lane?
Wow, this was a fun match to watch and talk about and learn from Beijing Normal's technical ability and their desire to move the ball and penetrate through the center of the pitch. But credit to Utah, not only on their goal-scoring prowess, for making necessary adjustments to be successful out of the back of the field.
So it's 4 wins in 5 games for the University of Utah before they get set for their next clash coming up on Monday against Brigham Young University. But today, once again, it was all about youth and all about the goals. The final score from Salt Lake City, Utah 5, Beijing Normal 1. On behalf of the entire crew, Timrys Lane, this is Christian Miles saying so long from Salt Lake.